Alright, welcome back everyone. So today's video we're going to discuss a shampoo from Shine Supply called Hot Shot. And this is just your pH neutral shampoo. There's really nothing in here. And I picked it up during their 20% off Black Friday sale because I wanted to give it a shot. You know, I picked up Shift sometime. This was a while ago. I already went through my gallon. I forced myself through that gallon because I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was that great. You know, I didn't see anything that was game-changing for that in order for me to keep using that shampoo. And that's why I kind of keep Adams in my arsenal, because it works for me and it just does a good job. And again, I can get it local as well. But it's always interesting to find a shampoo that may replace that for me, and I haven't really found that just for an all-in, like, I wouldn't say an all-in-one type of shampoo, but more of a shampoo that checks all the boxes for me. You know, I can actually use Adams in the sunlight without it drying on the paint and causing issues, and so that's where this comes in as well. I was kind of researching what this is, and again, it's just a pH neutral shampoo, similar like to the Adams stuff on here, and it says incredible cleaning abilities, cherry scented, Bruce's thick foam, works excellent in a wash bucket or foam gun, and it's 2 ounces into a wash bucket. And it says when using a supply foam gun, fill the container to the soap line, 6 ounces of soap, always follow proper washing methods. Again, you just kind of play around with the dilutions to kind of figure out how much shampoo you really need, because I don't think you're going to need 6 ounces of shampoo in there. That seems quite excessive. There's really not much to it. Again, this is just your basic shampoo. I'm gonna wash the Camaro because this car has been is pretty dirty. You can actually see it. It sat outside for quite some time, and I haven't washed it in quite some time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour this out because I want to show you the consistency of the shampoo, and we'll go from there. I'll put it in the bucket. So I'm just gonna give you an idea of what it looks like. So it's not as thick as the Adams one, but it's thick enough, and you can see it actually is pretty nice. And I took a whiff and it actually smells really good. So I'm gonna prep my buckets. We're gonna wash this here, and I just want to show you the soap in action. Again, I'm just really looking something that may replace Adams with something maybe a little better. The thing I don't like about the Adams one, it's sometimes it's too thick, and so it takes quite a bit of effort to kind of rinse it off. But again, it just works, and that's the thing. The fact that I can use it in the sunlight is another plus. So and yes, I do use like CarPro Reset and things like that on coated vehicles, but I don't need to use it all the time. So that's why I kind of just use Adams in between that, and I'll use like Reset once a month or once every couple months to kind of maintain that coating. So I will show you what Hot Shot does in the foam gun, and we'll go from there. Alright, so I finished rinsing off the Camaro. I'm going to go ahead and foam in a second, but I'm going to just go ahead and foam up the bucket here, just to give you an idea of what it looks like in here. I'm only going to use one mitt because I didn't drive the car, so there's no grime on there. It's just dirt from sitting outside. So you can see real nice suds on there. And that's 2 ounces in the bucket here. And then as far as the foam gun here, I put 40 milliliters in. This is a 32 ounce foam gun, so there's like 20 something ounces of water in there. So let me get my hose over here, and then I'll just foam this back part in. We are on the full max setting. So if you want thicker foam, just add more soap. But that's pretty decent just from 40 milliliters. That's pretty decent foam for 40 milliliters in the foam gun. So you guys can play around with the amount of foam in your foam cannon, foam gun, whatever it is. This is 40 milliliters. I think that's actually good enough to get soap on there to increase the lubrication of it. I know everybody wants a pressure washer. I might get one. I gotta see which one I want though. So I may look into getting a pressure washer set up sometime down the road, not anytime soon, but again, that's the path going forward. So the only thing I don't like with the pressure washer is it's a lot of stuff to bring out in order to get the wash done, when I can just wash it really quick just with the setup that I have now. So we'll go on the other side. Alright. Like I said, I'm just using one mitt because I didn't drive the car. It just sat outside, so it got dirty. And I'll tell you what, this shampoo smells really good. Lubricity seems fine on the surface. You can see all the coating kind of, I can see the glass coating on here, the PNS View kind of just start to kind of repel it, but there's a nice thick layer of dirt on here. You know, last time I used the McKee's 37 graphene rinseless wash as a topper, and the hydrophobics aren't that impressive. Using it as a topping agent, it just didn't look very impressive to me. So I mean, so far this is just going to be the wash process going around the entire car. I'll wash the lower portion areas below the door guard here, and we'll just go from there. But overall, I mean, there's really not much to this soap other than you know, it feels, you know, you got good lubricity on here. We'll see how it does in terms of cleaning, which, I mean, it looks like it does a good job just wiping over the surface here. And then I'll come back and I'll show the rinse process, and we'll see how it looks after rinsing it off, because this has different waxes on it right now. And again, I'm going to be polishing this thing up during the winter break and putting on a coating on it. Alright, so again, let me come back and show the rinsability of the shampoo. So now I'm going to go ahead and rinse it, and you can see it's starting to kind of dry on the surface here, and we'll see how it does. So one thing I wanted to show you is that this has the Z1 from Dr. Beasley's. You can see that the protection is sheeting type protection. And so when you see that, that's perfectly normal. That's what you're going to get with Z1 from Dr. Beasley's. But as far as the other stuff, it looks like it's rinsing clean. You can see PNS View is really not impacted, which looks amazing. Actually, that's still the McKee's kind of holding in intact. I'm surprised the McKee's 37 graphene as a wireless wash detail spray kind of didn't really hold up very well here. It like didn't bond. Interesting. And so I don't think it's really that durable when you use it that way. I can tell it impacted or left something behind the glass, because the glass is not as hydrophobic when I first used it, but I mean, it shouldn't last very long just based on the initial usage of it, because the way I can tell, it starts to do this sheeting thing when you flood it. And so that's how I know that something's on the surface other than the base layer of protection. You can see right here, that's where I used the water spot remover. It killed the Geon Q2 wax. As you can see where I rubbed it in, whereas I didn't put anything on there. Yeah. Yeah, so even that graphene waterless wash thing really impacted the graphene spray coatings I have here. Turned it to more of a sheeting type of protection rather than the tight water beading that I was initially seeing. So I don't know about that McKee's one. So just kind of something to keep in mind when if you do use it. What to expect. Kind of see if it did anything to Geon Q2 wax. It did. Okay, so yeah, the McKee's 37 graphene rinseless wash mixed as a detail spray. Very unimpressive hydrophobic behavior. But again, hot shot rinsed off cleanly, which is the main point of this video. I'm going to just give you initial impressions once I finish drying the vehicle. So let me just go ahead and dry the Camaro. I'm going to sheet rinse all the water off, pull it back in the garage, and then just dry it off. And I'm not going to use any toppers on here because I'm going to start getting ready to polish this one pretty soon. I'm going to be off for the rest of the year coming up, starting December 16th, and I won't be back to work till the second week of January. So I'm going to be doing some polishing on this guy and new ceramic coating, recoating the wheels because I'm not happy with the 3D coating, and yeah, we're going to change the look of this one. The glass coating's already done. I did with the PNS View, so it's basically just the paint and the wheels. So let me just go ahead and sheet rinse this off, and then I'll dry it off, and I'll give you initial impressions of the shampoo. Okay, so I am officially done washing the car. I ended up washing it with Hot Shot, as you guys saw, car wash soap. Overall, these are going to be my initial impressions because I really don't know until I use up at least half the bottle, you know, a few washes here to really get an idea of what this soap is capable of, whether or not I'm going to like it long term. You know, I've read some things on their reviews that some people like this better than Adams. So we'll see. I still have, you know, like half a gallon of Adams, and you know, one big difference is that this one's so thick, and sometimes it's kind of difficult to rinse off, and but this one's a little thinner. But again, overall, this one did a good job. Cleaning power is, you know, very similar. Again, I would say it's identical to Adams car soap, and again, no problems rinsing it off. I ended up topping the paint off with throttle detail spray as a drying aid. There were some of the waxes I have in the paint are not very impressive. Geon Q2 wax by far impressive. That stuff is great, which is on the hood here. It seemed to repel the McKee's 37 graphene rinseless wash, at least the majority of it. You can still see that the McKee's one still had some stuff, you know, left something behind. But as far as the wax, I have the McKee's 37 paste wax, which is the ceramic paste wax, which is not that impressive in terms of hydrophobic behavior, and also cherry silica wax from Shine to Ply is not very impressive. Those tend to hang on to water more because they're more hydrophilic than Geon Q2 wax. The McKee's 37 graphene detail spray that I made with the waterless wash, with the rinseless wash, not very impressed with it. It didn't last one wash. You saw the Z1 is just sheeting stuff on there, and that's what it looks like with nothing on it. And I wiped the car down with that McKee's graphene rinseless wash detail spray the last wash 2 weeks ago. So again, I wasn't too impressed with it as in terms of hydrophobics. I thought they were subpar, but overall, initial impressions from Hot Shot are very good. It smells good. If you know, does anybody know if this can be used in direct sun, or if it's, you know, because Adams, if you use it in direct sun, it's not going to leave stains behind. If anybody knows, I don't recall off the top of my head if this can be used in with sun, just in case you do get caught in the sun and it doesn't stain the paint. But overall, it cleaned very well. I think it's a good maintenance shampoo. You mix this in between your CarPro Reset or your Fine Lab Pure Wash for your ceramic coating, because you don't always need those washes all the time. Those are really more like a monthly wash to kind of just get the heavy stuff on it and kind of keep your coating going long term. But if you're looking for something in between that time frame, Hot Shot would fit right in. And so far, I do like this. I think it has good lubricity, good cleaning power. It smells good. I think dilutions are pretty good. 2 ounces per 5 gallons or 4 gallons of water in here. In the foam gun, you're going to have to play around with it so you can kind of get the amount of foam you want. I use 40 mils in the foam gun, and that was actually good enough to lay some soap on the surface for lubrication. So overall, I'm really impressed with this. I didn't know what to think about it, so I just picked it up. I was like, let me give this a shot. I've never tried this. It's new. It says new formula, but it's new to me. I don't know how long it's been in their lineup. So I think this one, for me, I would actually say that this is better than Shift. Just overall, initially just using it. So again, if you have any comments or questions, or if you have any more information on Hot Shot, go ahead and post them down below. But overall, initial impressions are good with this car wash soap. Again, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.